Hello and welcome back to Particular Pixels. I'm Xiaoling, and yes, this is another video about Monster Hunter World PC. Some new information has surfaced that I wanted to share with you all. But before I do that, I just want to apologize if the audio quality seems a little bit strange in this particular video. My main gaming PC rig died on Friday, so it's either the motherboard or CPU, which is the issue. I don't know. I have no way of testing it. So I was told to RMA them both, and hopefully within the next week or two I should get replacement for those parts. So until then, I'm stuck on using a secondary PC to make my videos. So yeah, just bear with me. Anyway, there's a user by the name of Fluffyquack who's gotten access to the game early and has managed to do some performance testing on PC. He's running on an i7-4790K with 16GB RAM and a GTX 1080. The bad news is that he said that at a resolution of 1440p on the highest settings, this setup is unable to offer a 60 FPS experience, which is a little bit disappointing. He said on high with the GTX 1080 at 1440p, he was able to offer 60 FPS in the hub area and 65 FPS on medium settings. He said he tested it in the starting hub area of the game. The text on the screen now shows the lowest frames a second. I guess he was getting at those presets. At the highest preset, he was getting 44. The highest preset, with the exception of volumetric set to high, he was getting 50. Both of those are pretty low considering. On high preset he was getting 60, mid preset 65, and low preset 108. The good news is though that there's no frame cap in the game, so you can choose to play it at 30, 60 or unlimited, which is nice if you can actually get anything more than 60. It seems that the option called volume rendering quality is the culprit here. He says that is a very taxing option and that reducing that seems to increase the FPS quite significantly. So for example, playing on the high setting but disabling volume rendering quality, he was able to get 78 FPS. If you are going to want to run the game at 1440p, you're going to need, or at least 4040p and want a 60 FPS experience, you're going to need more than the GTX 1080. So that basically leaves everyone with the Titan XPs and the GTX 1080 Ti's. It's a bit disappointing, especially considering that visually the PC version doesn't look significantly different than their console counterparts. There are some screens up on the video now where he does a comparison of having volumetric volume rendering quality set to high and set to off. You can see there is a difference. It's difficult to tell from a still screenshot, especially how it's going to affect the game when you're moving around and when everything is in motion. But this is not such a great sign in my opinion. It seems to me that perhaps this might turn out to be a less than stellar PC port. There may be a day one patch, so this might not be the final version that launches. And then of course he is not testing it with game ready drivers, so it's possible NVIDIA is going to release game specific drivers. They always do for big releases, and I would consider Monster Hunter World to be quite a big PC release this year, so I would expect that they will have a driver specifically tailored to this game. I've always preferred playing at a high FPS rather than high resolution, so I intend to play the game at 1080p to get as many frames as possible out of my Monster Hunter World experience. What about you guys? Do you like playing at high resolutions versus low frame rate, or high frame rate versus lower resolution? Let me know in the comment section below. But anyway, that is pretty much all the information I wanted to share with you guys. Hope you find it helpful. I've been Xiaoling, and I'll see you next time.